We have a question back there.
Yes. In this war of the Gang of Four, who will win? Or is there some other disruptive force on the horizon that will disrupt all of them?
Yes.
But what is it?
That's a good answer. I like that.
I think it's silly to say there will be one winner, right? I love that Fast Company piece, but there's this notion in the book I talk about frenemies and coopetition, right? So you can't Google Facebook, right? They've cut that off, right? So at times Apple, I was just watching on Bloomberg West before I came here, on the new iOS for the iPhone 4S, Gmail app doesn't work. Right now, I don't think it's by design, and that will be fixed, but they're going to increasingly collide, right? I mean, who knows what will happen with Netflix, but their timing, to use H could not have been worse, because Apple with the iCloud and Google now with YouTube and movies and Ashton Kutcher and Madonna and Jay-Z and Amazon with now the Fire coming. So I think they're going to increasingly compete for people's time, because as Adrian points out in her framework, something may be good enough. Right? I like spending time on one platform, and as these platforms add planks, for example with Skype and Facebook, or with Google and Google+, they are making it addictive. I saw a stat today, 19% of all time spent on the internet is on Facebook. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I started doing the math, and you've got 800 million users, right? And 7 billion people on the earth, maybe half. I mean, think about that. 1 in 5 minutes spent on Facebook. That's astonishing to me. And if you're spending a minute on Facebook, that's a minute you can't spend on Google.
Right.
Absolutely. I wanted to add to that in terms of this whole time element. We did some research in the book in terms of how much time people actually spend in the procurement mode from a consumer perspective. It's about 28 minutes a day total, and that includes going to the grocery store on average. And when you look at e-commerce, it's 6 minutes a day. Okay, so you've got the entire world of the internet competing for 6 minutes a day. And so when Amazon came out with their Kindle, it was brilliant, because what they did is they inserted themselves from the transaction of 6 minutes a day into the consumption of a book. So you moved from being somebody that you may go in and just go see every once in a while, to becoming a constant companion. And as you can see with what they're doing with the Fire now, and how they're expanding that platform, I actually think they haven't gone far enough, fast enough yet. I'm really waiting for a lot of the Amazon purchasing stuff to start coming down onto these platforms, onto the Fire, and because that is a tremendous way for them to really extend themselves into the consumer, because people do care. I think you had a Kindle with you today,
No.
didn't you? Somebody had a Kindle here today. But it's a constant companion, and so it creates a lot of opportunities. Plus, you can then start tracking the behavior.
Well, what's interesting, I don't know if you know this, but Amazon now has introduced a couple of things with Kindles and authors. You can see who's highlighting and commenting on what in a Kindle. So if you're an author, you can know which parts of your book are resonating with people, and they have this thing called an @author program, which is just in beta right now. So you literally can circumvent Twitter. In other words, if you participate, let's say that I go to Twitter @exponentialedge, which is Adrian's handle, I can ask you a question directly on the Kindle. Now you can choose not to respond, but that is an example of Amazon becoming more social. Is it going to become the next Facebook? No, right? But they have the like button. They're trying to make the comments social. You can vote on comments. So hint, if anyone wants to vote on the book review for the age of the platform, I uploaded my video, so it will appear. Now I only gave myself 4 stars, but again, they are making it social, right?
Why did you do that?
Because I don't want to be totally arrogant. But what's interesting, Amazon learns so much about book reviews. They actually have done studies, and they've controlled for things like the length of the book and the popularity of the author, and they find that books that have negative reviews sell better, all else equal, I see some heads nodding, than books that have all positive reviews, right? Because people want to decide for themselves. So there is this inherent social component of it, and that's why I had to stop writing after 300 pages, because this book could have, everything we're talking about here could be in the book. These companies change so quickly, their platforms, their planks. It's just this really exciting time, and people can argue about, is this the new Microsoft? Are they doing things right? I don't know. But they're doing something right, because look at how well these companies are doing. As we talked about before, Microsoft would love to have Google's problems right now, right?